Okay.
Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get taking a break from all your worries?
You know, we're almost there.
Sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get a break from all your worries? Sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get taken
We're about ready.
Sure would help a lot. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Like to get taken a break from all your worries. Troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody.
We don't need that anymore. Okay. This is welcome to the first podcast of the Knik Regression Authority. My name is John Gorius, and honestly, I've never been so privileged to have you guys here to listen with me. Okay. Yeah, so this is the very first podcast ever. We have so much to cover today. I think first I need to introduce myself. You already know my name. I'm John Gorius, and I'm here to fill you in a bit on what the Knik Regression Authority is about, because I've been talking to folks online, and it seems like there's a lot of confusion. Like, folks don't really get that. We're trying to get more information out there. It seems like, we're obfuscating things, or it seems like we're trying to make things more difficult, but when in reality, we want the information out there. And we've come together as a group. We're funded by Measure B, and thanks to everyone in the municipality of Anchorage for giving us some of these extra funds. We tell you about things to do and things that are going on. Of course, it's not always super smooth. Like, occasionally there's like some discordance or whatnot in the group. And part of our job too is to find a middle ground. We need everyone to be in on the same page when it comes to this stuff. So that's what we're here to do. Is we're here to find that middle ground where we can all make Knik way better. Because I think Knik could be I think it could be the best thing in the world. All right. So, anyways, my name's John Gorius, and I live in Wasilla, near a lake. And I don't want to tell you which lake, because there's lots of lakes. So for one, I don't want you to get caught up on like what lake does he live by in Wasilla. But the next thing is I don't want you to find me, because I feel like not being found, that's like an important part of our world, is not being found. No one wants to be found, right? And you move to Wasilla to not be found. And like you have to like not shoot people, but like most of us can handle not shooting people. So overall, I appreciate living in Wasilla, and I want my anonymity to remain. I can tell you that I live in view of Lazy Mountain. I wake up every day looking at Lazy Mountain, and I mean, it gives me inspiration to be a little lazier, I feel like by being lazy, I'm able to realize the American dream. I am the American dream. I wake up, I look at Lazy Mountain, I am lazy. Sometimes I look at Lazy Mountain and I become lazy, and I don't even have the energy to make my coffee in the morning. Which adds its own complications, right? But anyways, sometimes I barely have the energy to exist, and but Lazy Mountain's there to remind me that really very few people have the desire to exist at all. Like no one even really wants to exist. And again, that's why I've come up here to Wasilla, near a lake, because I don't really want to exist.
The best approach is nearly parallel.
So, anyways, I think we should get on. We'll talk about me more as we come along. But first off, we're going to do our first segment ever. This is our first segment, and this is all about mass transit. Are we on? All right, so we had a bit of a hiccup. We had my computer crash right in the middle of doing the Tucson transit map review, which is a shame because we had a lot to say about it, and frankly, we're going to get to it still. Because this map is gorgeous. I mean, I'm looking at this map. This is a map that I feel like we could put up on a wall. We could put it like, frame it right into a wall. We print it. It would be like, probably like, 10 feet by 100 feet, something like that. And people would come. They would come and look at the map, and they would have headphones on that would teach them all about the map and like everything that the map has on it. There's lots of colors too, like there's green and blue and purple. There's like 3 different pinks. There's 3 different pink lines in Tucson. So let's get right to it. So I'm looking at a map of Tucson. First thing I see, gorgeous, just like it's all squares. Tucson is all squares. It's like a big thing of squares. You could see where like a river might be, and maybe like a rail line, like Amtrak or something, because I know Amtrak goes through Tucson, right? But it's like visually appealing to me right now to look at this map. So what's cool too is there's like different lines. There's like a bus on each square. So not only are there all these squares, but there's like all these streets are covered I would want to live there personally, like, because I know that it wouldn't even really matter how far I was from the square. I would be right next to a bus stop. There's also like a river that goes north-south, and I'm not really sure what river that is, but kind of neat. You can see it right in the downtown. So it's pretty clear Tucson has their maps like cut out. Like they've got and they've got their bus lines cut out. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty comfortable. I think if I had to like live without a car in Tucson, I'd be ready to go. There's a train there too. It looks like a really neat train. I haven't been on it, but I saw a picture, and I have to tell you, this is a legit city. I think Tucson is a legit city. The desert stuff, some people say, oh, it's a desert, there's nothing there, but there's like a lot of stuff in Tucson. I was just looking, and they have this really cool hill, and on the hill there's a T, and the T means Tucson. And you know how many cities do that? Like honestly, how many cities think about doing something smart like that? It's pretty creative. Next up, we have a really super segment here. This is one we're going to play around with because I feel like, I don't know how deep this well is, but it's called Paul Learns a Prayer. And our friend Paul is not here today. He couldn't make it. He was going to his neighbors or something. But ultimately, what we're going to do is we're going to end up teaching him a prayer. Paul learns a prayer, and there's a lot of prayers out there. I really feel like the main prayer out there, at least in my life, I mean, I'm just speaking personally, would be the Our Father. And so, I mean, there's a couple different spots we could start here, but I'm just gonna go online and find the latest version. I'm a little rusty personally, but if you know the prayer, feel free to jump on in, sing along. We could do it together. I think that would be really neat. All right, so I guess without further ado, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Sorry, there's all these semicolons, and it's throwing me off. I don't remember there being so many semicolons in this prayer. Alright, so hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Period. no semicolons. Give us this day our daily bread, semicolon. Give us this day our daily bread, semicolon, and forgive us our trespasses. All right, and as we forgive those who trespass against us, semicolon. There's that semicolon again. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Period. Amen. So that's I always call it Our Father. This one has the title of Our Lord or the Lord's Prayer, which I've heard too. I think that's cool because Lord's kind of cool, right? Like when I played Gemstone, which was like a mud that's still around. We would call people like lords and ladies, so call it the Lord's Prayer. I dig it. So, anyways, that's Paul's. Paul learned to prayer, and next week I think he'll be able to like follow along with us a little bit. I think he'll be able to participate. So now is what we're gonna do next is it's something really cool. I'm really excited about this because I'm catching up on like what music's all about, right? And we're gonna be doing something called the Vaporwave review, and we're gonna listen to some Vaporwave here. And some folks tell me it would be really neat to cover new music, you know, and up here in Wasilla, we're not in the scene, you know, we don't get like the Aerosmiths, we don't get, you know, we don't get the big bands coming to Wasilla. They all go to like Anchorage or they all go to like Seattle. And who even really wants to fly all the way down to Seattle? I just looked, and the prices to get down to Seattle right now on Alaska Air, they're insane. And of course, obviously, like none of us take the stupid ferry. So, anyways, I want to instill you guys with some more knowledge, and we're gonna review Vaporwave. And we have a very special band that is going to make an appearance called Windows 96. I just found them online the other day, and I thought their name was very clever. You know, because like I used Windows 95 back in the day, and I hated it. I was actually really mad at my dad when he got Windows 95 because I liked Windows 3.1 personally. And then Windows 95 came along, and it was like, this is dumb. This is for dumb people. So, but wait, hold on, guys. It was for dumb people. So, but you know, it was like there was no choice. So we used Windows 95. So now we're gonna listen to a song by Windows 96, and I see on YouTube that it was just released 2 months ago. So I think this is pretty fresh. This isn't it right now, but we're gonna listen to Windows 96. It's called Rituals, and okay, are we good? Excuse me. Here we go. And part of the Vaporwave review. I mean, I know we're listening to this, and this is the first time I've heard this song. But a big part of this is I wanted to take this chance to list some reasons that I'm sorry to my wife, because I think it'd be really important for her to hear this. It's just good to apologize to your wife sometimes, because you're, guys, you're probably wrong, right? So I'm gonna use this vaporwave segment. I'm gonna do 2 segments at once. The vaporwave review, which this song's pretty cool, right? And then reasons to apologize to my wife. Reason 1, what am I apologizing for? Okay, so there's some dishes upstairs. There's some dishes upstairs in the sink. I am sorry that the dishes are there in the sink. Okay, I'm gonna clean them as soon as I get a chance. I promise. I think we could clean them together. But this isn't about what we should do going forward. This is what we're gonna do. Or this is me. This is about me. It's not about me. This is about you. This is about you getting the apologies you need, because we all need some apologies sometimes, right? So I'm getting you these apologies. And what was my apology? It was the sink. I am sorry to leave all that shit in the sink. I'm gonna clean it right away. I have some other reasons wait, hold on. I have some other reasons to apologize, so I need to start the song over. We're going to start the Windows 96 song over. This is Rituals. I feel like the second time around we can really simmer on it too. It's got that groove. Okay, so right here it's kind of weak, but here it comes. Wait. Yeah, so this is Vaporwave. This is cool. This was just invented a couple years ago. I feel like there's a lot of people out there could benefit from listening to this every day, because I feel myself relaxing right now. I feel like myself coming back down, like to a central spot, like to a spot where I could start apologizing to my wife again. So hold on, let me get the apologizing going again. So I'm sorry to my wife. What else am I sorry for? Well, there's a lot of stuff in the dishwasher. No, well, actually there isn't any, because I just actually unloaded it, because I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that ever unloads the dishwasher. So I guess in this case, well, I don't want to say I'm owed an apology, but I guess okay, so maybe let's talk about something else. We should discuss maybe, I think I have to restart this song again. I'm going to restart the Windows 96 song one more time. We actually haven't listened to it all the way through, but it's the beginning that really gets to me. Okay, so one more apology to the wife. I'm really sorry that I never say sorry. And I feel like what's really cool about this apology is that I'm saying sorry right now. So by saying this apology, I'm actually making good on the apology. I'm making good on it. It's like I'm almost not, I'm not responsible for the apology Apology accepted. do have a lot to cover, I think, today. This song's still going. This is a good song. So I'm gonna give Windows 96 Rituals the highest commendation. We haven't really figured out a rating system yet, but I would say this one's right up there with Bowie and shit. So it's like 5 out of 5. I mean, the key is the ratio. It's like less important what we're gonna do with the actual rating. I think what's more important is that we just get the ratio into 100%. How's that? That's actually, why don't they all just do percentages? I don't know. All right. So that's our Vaporwave review for the today. Thanks for joining. Thanks for. I know it's kind of awkward like sitting in on that, but I think you and me and the panel will all be like a lot healthier the more we share in that sort of stuff. All right, so we got one more little bit to share. I wanted to share some tricks of the trade with regards to litigation support. And before all of you log off right here, because like who really wants to discuss litigation support in any form? I would say that you never really know if you might end up in a job where you have to manipulate data, where you have to manipulate load files. So let me be the guy who takes you there. And today I wanted to discuss a certain type of load file. It's called an LFP, and it's the LFP is the iPro load file. So the iPro load file it's an image load file, but it actually can have a whole bunch of different types of loads. It can have like a whole bunch of data associated with it. Among the things that can be loaded would be like full text. Full text can be loaded, and I think maybe even natives can be associated with it, which is kind of neat. Anyways, there's a lot of different parts of the LFP, so I wanted to discuss. You know what, LF? I just realized the LF and the LFP probably stands for load file. So the big thing here is like, what does the P stand for? I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me sometime. Anyways, so the first thing, there's like a tag at the front that says what kind of load thing it is, and there's a comma because it's comma delimited. But there's actually some semicolons in there that are delimiters too, because there's like a subfield that needs to be delimited. Then there's the image key and another comma, and then there's the document break. And there's all sorts of document breaks that can appear. Most folks are familiar with like just one kind of document break, and that would be the D, which stands for document. But there could be a C, and there can be a P and an A. I've seen that before, which is really weird. I'm not really a big fan of the P and the A. I don't feel like there should be any P's or A's in a load file. It's just kind of weird, you know. So anyways, where was I? There's a document break. Oh right, there's a document break. What comes after the document break? Is it the volume name? I think the volume name comes after the document break. Yeah, that sounds right. So we got the volume name. Oh, right. I remember what it is. The volume name is actually part of a delimited field that is semicolon delimited, and in there's the volume name, and there's the path to the file, and then there's the file name, and there's semicolons in between all of these. So there's the volume name, the path, the file name. Oh, and then there's a flag, and the flag at the end tells you exactly what kind of file is getting loaded. Like it's an image flag, so like I believe only images have these. where it'll say like, oh, okay, it's like a 2, or like the 2 is a TIFF and the 4 is well, the 4 is either a JPEG or it's a color TIFF, and I don't really remember. So anyways, so yeah, that's the anatomy of a load file, and this is your litigation support tricks corner. And I'm really happy to talk about litigation support anytime anyone ever wants. So feel free to throw it my way. Here's a commercial for Anchorage.
Nothing can change my mind. Wild about Anchorage. It's a marvelous find. There's no place anywhere else that you could want to be. We're
I think that's it for our show. I really apologize that you had. If you really listened to this, that's incredible. I'm not really sure what your problem is. I mean, you may love me, but this is John Gorius. Oh, I haven't even been able to tell you about the lake. Well, maybe next time. I feel like next week we'll have plenty of a chance to talk about things we love. So prayers, buses, vaporwave, apologies to my wife, and we may have some more info back from the wife by then. And then of course the litigation support tricks. I covered the LFP. I kind of want to go into regular expressions because I feel like that'll give people the heads up. Of course, if you have a suggestion about what we should cover here, I'm up for it. Like, feel like there's a lot of opportunity here to build a culture, to build a community, and it's without you guys, it's not a community because it's just me sitting here alone, talking into electronics. So I need you, and I don't need you. I need you, but I feel like if I had to, I could probably do without you. I'm trying to do without you is what I'm trying to say. Everyone's healthier not relying on anyone else. I learned that at some point, and if everyone's just by themselves and relying only on themselves, then they're happy. That's true happiness. So I feel like together, I feel like separately but together we could all be happy, and I appreciate this opportunity to put this all together for you. All right, you're still listening, which is cool, and I love you guys. This is John Gorius for the Knik Regression Authority, signing out for tonight. No, that's it. Yeah.